What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, man. Here on these YouTube streets, we got another video dropping today, man, with college football, of course. I know everybody's been making a ton of videos covering the game, and first and foremost, man, hope everybody's doing well. If you didn't know, I've kind of been away from streaming for a little while. I recently got married, so I've been, locking in with the lady, making sure that we've been getting everything straight with our new home, et cetera, man. So I've been super busy as a newlywed, man, but I just got my in-home studio set up so that I can begin making content again for you fellas. You know what I'm saying? Everything has been such a hustle and bustle the last few weeks, but we're back, man. We're doing more content, and we're going to get in talking a little bit about EA Sports, man. College Football 25. Super excited for this drop, man, in July. They actually have, in about 20 minutes, as you can see, I have it queued up for you guys as well. We have the new Sights and Sounds deep dive video dropping in a few, man. And so it's going down, man. I can't wait to see all the new information that they're dropping. One thing about the content that I make too, if you didn't know, I really don't like to do news drops. I really don't like to do news coverage over games. It's just not really my style. I really like to kind of just play the game and get into it. And so as all the new news is coming out with this game, I've just been kind of sitting on the sidelines, watching everybody else make the content and really absorbing all of the excitement that I feel going on. But I do feel it's time to start talking about it since we're about 3 weeks away from its release. I did get the deluxe version, which I'm super happy about. I get that nice little, 3-day advantage on from those who didn't buy it, the deluxe version, of course. So my plan is to start, making content with this game as soon as it drops. Everybody knows me on this channel pretty much for 2K content, but if you didn't know, like I've said in the past, man, I made the J-Kit sliders for the NCAA 14 series, and it did really well on Operation Sports, man. So I really look forward to coming back, making more sliders, especially for this game, college football, because that's really my number one sport. I will say that 2K is the only game that really held me over as a sports head since this game hasn't been released. You know what I'm saying? A few other games. I play a couple shooter games, Call of Duty, PUBG, but this is really my game. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can agree that this is the game that you've been really waiting on. So they're going to be dropping the Sights and Sounds deep dive in 18 minutes. And hopefully we can watch it together. I hope I got it queued up perfect. If not, forgive me. Like I said, I just got my setup back going. So yeah, man, we're going to be talking about this, particularly about, once we get the game, what are some of the things that we do as soon as we get a new game? For me, a lot of times when it comes to sports games, I love to just take my time looking at the rosters. I want to see how they built the rosters, and particularly how they stretch out the ratings in this title compared to the last titles. I would really love to see them kind of differentiate the ratings for each player in the high 90s, maybe even down to the high 40s. We haven't really had a huge rating spread throughout these games. Even in 2K, some of your lower rated players are in their high 60s. So I would love to see that that real good spread between a 1-star prestige team versus, of course, a 5 or 6-star prestige team. And I'm really looking forward to the Dynasty deep dive. I'm sure everybody else is looking forward to that. This is definitely something that we're going to be, clocking a lot of hours in. But yo, man, if you're in the building, man, leave a message, man. Subscribe to the channel. It's good to see you guys. Of course, like I said, just to refresh the room, man, I've recently got married. So I've been away for a little bit, man, just trying to get wifey together, get the house together, and really excited about making content with this new season of my life. You know what I mean? Really ramping it up. So shout out to all of my subscribers that are already here. You guys have really been holding it down since I've been away. still watching the video, still leaving comments, man. That's love for real. So, and if you haven't joined us the Discord, please do so. All right. So again, man. So we're getting into this. Hey, man, we're getting into a brand new era of, I think, video gaming since this is back on the market. I had one argument with a person. I said, I actually think Madden, because this game is coming out, I think Madden will actually do better. Not in the sense of just competition, but I always thought both of these games, college football and Madden, play really well together. You know what I mean? I think that they both have a propensity to lift each other. It's kind of like all tides raises all boats, right? You're able to, especially once we're able to export, draft classes from college football, which I think will be in the future because it won't be in this title. Once we're able to export draft classes into Madden and have a little bit more of a sandbox between the two, and they kind of work concurrently, I think now we're talking about a better Madden and also a better switch up. You know what I mean? Because for me, in the past, the reason I really only played Madden was because it was just my placeholder, man. It was to buy some time until this game came out, and I miss the option. I miss having the option of having both games, college football and Madden. Having the option to do either one is what really made me wake up in the morning excited to play both games. So, what are some of you guys' thoughts, man? What are some things that you guys plan on doing once you get the game? Leave a comment in the chat. For me, like I said, it's probably just diving through the rosters, checking out the rating spreads, seeing the different skills or the skill trees for some of the marquee players in the game. Of course, like Travis Hunter and, and all those guys. So I want to definitely check out these teams, and I even may do some aerial views of some of the stadiums. I want to really appreciate the artwork that's been done by the EA team on this game. Over 130 something stadiums to just check out different environments. Really dig in, man, and to kind of check that out, man, it would be super exciting, nonetheless. So yeah, man, look, with 13 minutes left with 13 minutes left with the Sights and Sounds deep dive. I kind of queued up here for you guys. I don't know if you guys are at work or what you're doing, but I'm definitely checking this out. VGN, what's up, my brother? Happy Wednesday to you, man. Appreciate you joining the live stream, man. And so yeah, like I said, man, this is a game that I'm looking forward to doing. Been watching a ton of these review videos. Some of you guys, I'm sure, have been watching, Eric Ray Weather, I can't even say his name, it's a tongue twister. Bordeaux, a couple other guys who've been kind of covering the topics of this game. I think for me, man, starting out with like a one star prestige team, I get it. Some people want to start with UL Monroe and what are some other teams? Arkansas State, Kennesaw State. That's cool, but I don't know if I want to start that low. I typically like to start in a conference where I see, I don't want to start with like a zero name school. For me, the lowest that I thought about starting with was UNC Charlotte. Just because, I'm a North Carolinian, man. I think that'll be a pretty cool build. They did mention how they're going to have recruiting pipelines, not only for the states, but also for cities. And I thought that was a huge big detail that they revealed to us, man. Because if you're talking cities, and I go with UNC Charlotte is the biggest city, highly, most recruited city in North Carolina. So that'll be pretty cool to get some 2 or 3 stars out of that, kind of pluck them out. But we'll get more into that as well. VGN, so he says, huge Dynasty franchise mode person. That's the only mode I play. Yeah, man, I get it. For my YouTube channel, I'm doing the USC Trojans. Nice, man. I'm going to have to subscribe, man. Everybody show love to VGN. He has a YouTube channel as well. So I'll definitely come through, man, and show love on yours, man. Appreciate you tapping in, man. But bringing them back to glory, man, I think will be pretty cool. I forgot the coach's name there, but yeah, man. Crazy, what's good, man? Kent State or Navy? Okay. You kind of going with what offense are you going to run with Navy? Are you going to stick with the triple lock or the flex bone? I forgot what they run over there. But that's the funnest part of this, man, is being able to start, different schools with different personnel and different schemes. That's the real fun of this game. I think for me, when we all sit down for hours and recruit our players for our schools, whether it be from the transfer portal, or high school, I think for me, it's all about building proper personnel. Like I'll throw a monkey wrench in here, right? Okay, triple op, that's what they run crazy. That's pretty cool, man. Yeah, I have to check it out, man. I know that'll probably be fun in this game since they said it's a faster pace offense that they built for this game. So I'll definitely check it out. But back to what I was saying about recruiting different personnel, right? Really keying in on the type of guys that you bring in for your positions or position groups. Even for like linebacker, right? Let's say you get, instead of recruiting an actual linebacker, you could get like a hybrid, maybe get like a defensive end who's kind of undersized, maybe 6'3", 250 something, right? Which is pretty big still for a linebacker. But it could be like a hybrid, defensive end or edge guy, kind of play him on the weak side of the field. And, you know what I'm saying? And then you have somebody that's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like you have somebody that's, like a 6'3", 250 something on the edge or outside linebacker, weak side. I think that's a pretty cool, way to divvy up your linebacker / defensive line core. Even thinking about like your slot receivers kind of being a hybrid / running back, kind of like a Percy Harvin or a Tavon Austin, where you can put him in the backfield, you can run reverses, he can run drag routes. Really special talent that you can kind of find and mold around your team, and then having depth at that position, whether it be size or whether it be just speed, it'd be pretty cool. 305, what's good, my man? Okay, so you rebuilding Georgia Southern. I got you, man. Georgia, I think, is the most. I think Georgia has, and I see you from Dade County, you're a Florida boy, you know what I'm saying? But I think Georgia has taken the crown, especially this year, of the most highly recruited state in the country. Georgia is really taking over right now. There's a lot of talent everywhere, man. Texas is still Texas, Florida's still Florida. I think California still has a lot of talent, but it's kind of dipped on it being the premier state over, I should say the highest recruited state. But what's good, Dave? My man Slug in the building. Good to see you, man. Notre Dame, man, Duke. Okay. Hey, man, I think Notre Dame will be a fun build. Trying to keep them I don't even think they've won a championship since '88 with Tim Brown. I think that was, if I'm not mistaken, that was Lou Holtz at the helm of that team. But Duke will be fun too. ACC teams, I'm from North Carolina, man. NC State was my team growing up. I was thinking about a few ACC teams, kind of like Wake Forest, UVA especially, man. I think Virginia will actually be a fun build. I would say Boston College, but I don't like their area. I don't like their area for recruiting in that Northeast, Boston, New England area. Pennsylvania might be a good place, or Ohio might be a good pipeline state to build if you're at Boston College. You know what I'm saying? 7 minutes left, man, until we have the Sights and Sounds deep dive. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please do so, man. Thank you guys for showing up to the chat, man. We're just chopping it up. That Manti Te'o team was crazy, bro. Absolutely. Been a long time. Yeah, Tim Brown was my favorite player growing up. One of my favorite players, number 81. That's why I wore number 81 in high school, because of Tim Brown. He was that dude. Yeah, man. But I've been looking at Mississippi State in the SEC. I used to run with Mississippi State in NCAA 06. I've been looking at what's some other schools? I said UNC Charlotte for like my 1-star, 2-star team. Mississippi State in my mid region, but in a good conference team. I've even been looking at Indiana. Just some of those schools that are middle of the road that, I don't know if I really want to build all the way from the bottom. Does that make sense? I mean, as long as the sliders and as long as the gameplay is super competitive, I think for me starting kind of low, middle of the road is kind of my style when choosing a school, choosing a program to build. You know what I mean? So what do you guys think, man? What are some things? 5 minutes left, guys, until Sights and Sounds. So what are some things that you guys look for when you're wanting to recruit? What's the most important thing that you're going to need for your program to thrive on? I'll throw some out there for myself. Wisconsin. Yeah. Wisconsin be real fun, man. Big Ten teams. I was also thinking about Purdue in the Big Ten. One of those schools, Indiana, Purdue. Wisconsin would be fun, though. I like that school. Even Minnesota. But when I'm thinking about like building a team, you definitely need a quarterback. I think for me, having a quarterback battle each year will be super fun. Never promising the quarterback position unless, okay, he's a 4-star, 5-star, of course. Like, he's got to get the starting role, but at the end of the day, having that quarterback battle is good. Crazy for sure. The trenches, you know what? You kind of one-upped me on that answer, man. I'll have to agree with you. In the trenches, you got to win in the trenches. O-line, D-line, for sure. I'll probably say O-line over D-line for me. But you got to have some big uglies down there. Yeah, man, I'm going to do... let me see, what'd you say, VGN? Dave, are you going to do the show reveal on here? Yeah, I'm going to do the... just going to play the Sights and Sounds deep dive. We got 4 minutes left, as you can see. I'm going to try to make the screen full screen for you guys. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Position battles is a must, man. I love competition. I think that's what breeds your best. And that's how you'll know your rotations too, because a position battle isn't about who's just the starter. It's about the rotation. The thing about this game is now that we have wear and tear playing a factor, we'll be able to, we'll have to sub these guys in. We'll have to have a rotation to have some depth. You know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and go to this video here since we got 3 minutes. And, but yeah, man, so it's definitely going to be a very fun, make sure my sound is good for the video. Cool. Boom. Yeah, it's going to be a very fun sandbox, man. But that conference, man, we have super conferences now, man, of 18, 17 teams, which is outrageous in my opinion. But, it might be fun. We'll see how it goes. If they do copyright the music, I'll just cut it out, VGN. You know what I mean? I've had to deal with that a few times, so it's all good. I think the main purpose of this whole video was to just, kind of talk football, even if they don't if I don't monetize this one, it's cool. I just want to make sure that we locked in on a main ingredient, bro. All right, man. So we got 2 minutes left into the Sights and Sounds video. And of course, as soon as it starts, man, I'll make sure I'm gonna try to go full screen. If not, it'll just be full screen on this mini screen that you see. But so yeah, man, coaching schemes are big. I think whatever your playbook is too, make sure that it fits your personnel, man. I know people like to recruit speed, but I'm really interested to see how, bigger backs work. I would love to get, I used to recruit guys that were like 5'10", 190, 5'11", 6 foot, 205. But I'd love to get like a 6'2", 230, 220 running back. You know, just depending on how, you know, strength works, tackle breaking and all those things. But, all right, man, so we were about 30 seconds left. Let's go ahead and cue it up. All right, let's see, man. It's about go time, man. So, hey, man, look, we're 3 weeks away, man. Have you guys pre-ordered the game already? Because I got mine the day I was able to pre-order, so I was not playing. You know what I mean? So premiere will begin shortly. Does that mean another 60 seconds? Or what does that mean? So here we go, man. We get to experience the sights and sounds, deep dive for EA Sports College Football 25. If you don't hear the sound for this video, I apologize. I believe I have it queued up already. Once it starts playing, I'll turn the music back down as soon as it starts up. But yeah, man. Oh, you got the, oh, so you trying to bring your player into Madden. That's what you doing, David. I really do wish that they, kept the high school part of the, you know, the high school part of the game. All right, here we go. Go time, fellas. I promise you I'll mute my mic as soon as it starts. Then we'll go back, we'll watch the game. You know. Well, happy Wednesday to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. Super glad you guys showed up today, man. Sights and sounds, deep dive. Let's see what they're talking about. Well, hopefully hopefully it's not a minute and a half long video. Hopefully they give us a little bit something we can sink our teeth into. We've waited for like 3 weeks since our last bit of information, you know what I mean? So give us something good, man. But once again, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And yeah, man. We back on our college football vibe. And if any of you guys ever played with the J-Kit sliders on Operation Sports, that's the sliders that I created back in 2015, trying to help keep the game alive. And I plan to do so again once we get back into the fold of this game as soon as it drops. All right, here we go, guys. About to mute my mic. Let's get it.
Here and welcome to the EA Sports College Football 25 Sights and Sounds EA Sports College Football 25 Sights and Sounds. We designed College Football 25 with a philosophy that every team is somebody's favorite. With a philosophy that truly authentic and immersive game day experience. So to create we gave a little love to every single school in the game. We gave a little love to every single school in the game. Let's take a closer look. It was a massive undertaking to research and recreate unique team traditions. Research and recreate unique team traditions. And in EA Sports College Football 25, you'll get to experience all kinds of iconic pageantry. You'll get to experience from stadium environments of iconic pageantry, to turnover celebrations, from stadium environments to turnover celebrations, finer details like crowd theming, touchdown traditions, and rivalry content truly helps set the game day atmosphere. And rivalry content players on some teams touch a sign for good luck on their way to the field. Players on some teams, cheerleaders and marching bands create on their way to the field and classic formations during team intros. And pyrotechnics light up stadiums. We've got mascots on push-up boards, riding motorcycles, planting flags, and animals charging down the field. Ultimately, we know that each team comes in a different shape and size, and in EA Sports College Football 25, you can experience them all. Aside from the action on the field, we all know what truly makes college football so electrifying: the fans. In order to recreate the intensity and authenticity of a college football crowd, we partnered with ESPN to capture crowd reaction audio from some of their biggest broadcast games. For some matchups, you'll be greeted by a colorful crowd theme painting the seats. Whether it's a whiteout, a blackout, or a stripe the stadium theme, it's all in the game. Unique fan sections will be leading cheers with painted chests, team-specific hand signs, dynamic wardrobes that change based on the conditions, and custom chants.
That's a wrap. Kirk and I did some joint recordings. It is an incredibly detailed process.
He wasn't kidding. We spent hundreds of hours laying down commentary for every game scenario you can imagine.
It's a pick two to win the game in overtime.
The broadcast team also includes Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, and Reese Davis. To make it game day every day this season, pre-order the MVP bundle today.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, man. What you guys think, man? I'm hype. I ain't gonna lie, man. That look good. That look good. That look good. That look good, man. Wow. So one thing I'll say is, you know, when it comes to the presentation of the game, yeah, man. When it comes to the presentation of the game, bro, EA Sports doesn't really miss. You know, let's just keep it 100, man. I think the presentation for college is so much more fun. They get to really exercise and flex their muscles when it comes to the college game because, you know, they don't have the NCAA hovering over them, telling them what they can and can't do pretty much. You know, of course, it's school to school. But nonetheless, man, I'm looking at it like this, man, like, you know, that's what's going to keep this game replay value on the high end, man, because if we're talking about playing, you know, a season with different teams, you're going to experience a lot of different traditions, a lot of different fight songs, a lot of different uniforms, you know, even weather. So it's really, really cool to see how much they've really dived into making this game stand out above the rest. And I knew that, you know, they needed that extra year to get the rest of these little things done, especially when it came to when they talked about the crowd, when the weather, you know, based on the weather, the crowds, what they wear, it changes. You know, that's a good thing to see because, you know, wearing a t-shirt in the University of Buffalo when it's snowing in the winter, I mean, you know, what are we talking about, right? So I'm trying to actually pull this video back to the screen here so you guys can watch it as it loops. But nonetheless, man, yeah, this was awesome, man. I really think that they nailed it. Just like you said, Crazy. Yeah, just like you said, man. I think they nailed it, man. I have no complaints. I'm definitely gonna have to check it out again. And okay, here's my link. That's what I was looking for. Cool. All right, I got you guys. I got you. I promise you. But yeah, man, so I'm looking at it like, so now we have presentation out of the way. We have the gameplay deep dive, sights and sounds. What else have they covered so far? I know we have a few other things they wanted to talk about. They wanted to talk about, of course, Dynasty. I'm gonna get to that, but gosh, I'm trying to remember what it was. But anyway, yeah, man. So we've got pretty much the bulk of what I think EA wanted to, present as a, pretty much what EA wanted to present on the front end. And I think as we get more deep dives, even Road to Glory, I don't even think we got a Road to Glory deep dive, but those things are going to be, I think for me, it's more about experiencing it. And once we get the game, that'll be the best time to actually really understand what they're talking about in terms of how immersive it can be, right? So here we go. Let me see. Presentation, that's what it's called. So right here, actually, for you guys. My fault. That was my fault. Yeah, I'm going to load this up. Media source. So we can have it on the loop. As we can continue to discuss EA college football. Here we go.
Hey everyone, Kirk Herbstreit here, and welcome to the EA Sports College Football 25 Sights and Sounds Deep Dive. We designed College Football 25 with a philosophy that every team is somebody's favorite. So to create a truly authentic and immersive game day experience, we gave a little love to every single school in the game.
Who gives a hoot? The Owls do.
Yeah, man. So it looks good, man. It looks solid.
Let's take a closer look.
Can't wait for this game to drop.
It was a massive undertaking to research and recreate unique team traditions.
College football. The next ones I'm going to talk about be a little bit more specific.
And in EA Sports College Football 25, you'll get to experience all kinds of iconic pageantry, from stadium environments to turnover celebrations to mascots. Finer details like crowd theming, touchdown traditions, and rivalry content truly help set the game day atmosphere.
So once again, man, that was the presentation video.
Players on some teams touch a sign for good luck on their way to the field. Cheerleaders and marching bands create human tunnels and classic formations during team intros.
I will see you guys in the next one.
Pyrotechnics